Hey guys, let's ride off into the sunset as Sunset Riders in the Super Nintendo. If you're not familiar with this game, which you may not be, I don't think this game was ever like really a huge game, but it is basically Contra in the Wild West, even made by Konami themselves. So there's a little opening cinematic for your viewing pleasure. Good old SNES cutscenes with some Western flair. Ah, you shot me with a blank. That's why I'm not bloody from the shot. We got Steve. So yeah, there's 4 characters you can control in the Super Nintendo version. We have Steve and Billy here, who both use pistols. Pistols are the strongest weapon, but they don't have any spread. Whereas with Bob here, as well as Cormano, they both have a shotgun, which does have a spread, but does less damage. So depending on your playstyle, choose accordingly. I'm gonna choose predominantly Steve during my playthrough, because I'd rather have stronger bullets, less accuracy, generally speaking. Just less room to mess up against bosses and whatnot. So with that all being said, let's dive right in. Sunset Riders. There we go, Steve and Billy, like I said, Bob and Cormano. Let's choose Steve. And our first boss, Simon Greedwell. Dead or alive. I don't believe alive is an option. So, dead. So you'll notice that there's doors open from time to time, just push up when you see one, and you'll generally get rewards like this here Silver Sheriff badge, which will allow you to dual wield. And then also gold badges, which will give you basically a machine gun upgrade. Change your bullet color, and there you go. Just hold the button down, let this guy mess up, or do that. The knife guys can be surprisingly dodgy to your bullets, so don't underestimate them. But also, you can slide, which seems kind of stupid in a game full of bullets, but it'll be a lifesaver, let me tell you. Just watch out for dynamite. You can use dynamite, like if you drop it and throw it, but I don't find it's generally all that useful. Like, you're better off just... This isn't great. There we go. You're generally better off just ignoring the dynamite and pressing onward. So you may notice the chickens and the screen shaking. Get out of the way of these bulls. You can walk on their back, just don't get trampled by them, or else you lose a life. One-hit deaths in this game, as you would expect from a Contra-like game. So here we'll have more dynamite coming out. So I'm just gonna step back, not get hit by the dynamite. But we can throw it. I think you get more money per kill if you get it with dynamite. But I generally don't use it, because I'd rather just do something like this and go along further. Just be sure to notice if dynamite falls, because if it falls behind the foreground, you might miss it and get blown up. But if you have the automatic gun, it won't really matter anyway, you'll automatically throw it one way or another. Just don't get blown up by it, like real-life dynamite, you should be okay. So here we have more of the steeds as before, but you're required to walk on their back. We'll have 12 in a row, then touch the ground, I would say. Then you'll have a single solitary one to jump on, but then jump from its back, clear on to the next 4. Now it's time to fight the boss. The boss of level 1, Simon Greedwell, as was indicated at the beginning. So you'll want to shoot his barrels, just be sure to not be under them when they fall, or else you'll take a hit and you'll lose all your upgrades. Which, having all your upgrades for the bosses and stuff will make your life tremendously easier. So just something to keep in mind. I think we're gonna get hit here, okay, that's fine, not a big deal. If you have mashing acumen, now's the time to use it. Get underneath Simon, and just dodge the bullets, take out his cronies. He'll actually go down pretty quickly. But again, you don't need the special abilities, it'll just make your life easier for the next part. But once you get to level 3, you can get special abilities again. So it's not really a big deal. If you do game over before, or not game over, but if you have to use a continue before the end of the second level, I would highly recommend you just quit the game out and start from the top. Because you'll need your continues and stuff for later. But... So here we gotta make sure that we don't get tripped up by those logs. Now here, using Cormano, I would advise it if you could, or Bob, because then you can shoot those guys like no problem. I couldn't even really see that bullet. That's another problem with this part. The bullets are hard to see. But if you can kill your adversaries before they even appear, you don't even really have to worry about the bullets. The problem here is you can't really slide under them, and if you get a bullet in a tricky place, then you're just taking... Like right there, you're just gonna take a hit, and there's not much you can do about it. But for the sake of this playthrough, we'll just continue and start over with fresh credits next time. I will stick with Steve, even though I recommend Bob or Cormano here, because like I said, if you die, I would say typically just restart, but just for the sake of playing through here, let's get through. You'll also want to accumulate more money for inevitable 1-ups. I'm fairly certain it's another 1-up per 50,000 coins. Yeah, because like right there, you can get yourself stuck. And like, you're either going to get hit by the bullet or hit by the log. There's nothing you can do about it. If you jump at the wagon guy, you can shoot them, but it's... And sometimes without moving, it'll let you shoot them. I don't know if you just have to do like pixel-perfect shots or what, but... Anyway, you don't have to worry about that guy anymore. Just try to take them out as soon as they appear on screen, before they get a chance to shoot the undodgeable bullets. They just kind of blend in with the background, despite the fact that they glow. I find they're hard to see sometimes. But anyways, once you get to the train, I find it's a little easier. If you have the machine gun at this point, you can kind of just glue yourself to the back and just hold down shoot and you're fine, but if you have the standard pea shooter, just kind of wiggle back and forth. Like so. And you shouldn't have to worry about getting hit so much. Like, if you kill them as soon as they appear on screen, then they don't have a chance to shoot at you and make your life even more complicated than it needs to be. So you have enough stuff you have to worry about moving. Now for the next boss here, for Triple H. 1993 Triple H. The OGest of Triple H's. He'll have a bunch of cronies that you also have to worry about. I would advise that you shoot his cronies first, before you even worry about Triple H. Because they do run out. He has, like, I don't know, about 12 that come out. Just keep shooting them till you have none left, then focus on him. Then you'll have less bullets to have to dodge around. Then he's not too bad until at least his final phase, which we'll see here soon enough. So the train made it to the station. As we also hear Perfect Dark music like 8 years before Perfect Dark was a thing. Am I the only one? Does anyone else in internet land hear the Perfect Dark in this music? So anyway, like I said, don't worry about you know, Hank Hatfield, Hawk, what his name was. That's why I call him Triple H, I forget. But like I said, just keep shooting his cronies until you notice they aren't respawning anymore. Then worry about them. Because it seems like for a minute, oh, maybe they just keep respawning. They don't. Eventually, they will run out. Then you can focus on the boss. Who, much like Simon Greedwell, will just start flashing more rapidly the more you shoot them. Just like people in real life will start flashing rapidly when you shoot at them. And also, you may want to slide to get out of the way sometimes, for, you know, a little quick dodging. Now, eventually he'll jump onto the same plane of existence as you. Be careful of this. And one other thing, I'm not sure if I actually mentioned it. If an enemy touches you, it doesn't hurt you, but if they're trying to attack you at the same time, then you have to worry. Okay, we got 2 lives here. Okay, good. Okay, now that we took this hit, we'll just use iframes to spam them here. You got me. We got him. We did it. There's level 1 and 2, reward 20. And then then we have another part that's like a mini game for points. You have to shoot 50... Shoot up to 50 targets. I believe if you shoot all 50, you get a 1-up, but I could be wrong. It's just one of the 8 cardinal directions. I don't know if you can... Like, if you miss, if you have a second chance to shoot or not. At first, it's not too bad, but it gets tricky. But no matter what, all the shots that you get, it is points. So it's worth participating. I mean, this part's right here. I always appreciate it in games where they try to mix up the gameplay somehow or other. Give your brain a little bit of a break. It's a little mini game here. Cure what ails you. Little saloon shooting. I don't believe you can set up the super scope or anything for this. Okay, let's see if we can't get 50. Well, I definitely missed that one, so it might not really matter too much. Ah, we missed 2. Got 48, though. I think it just says one player. It says 1-up hit. So it makes me think that I can get a 1-up there, but maybe not necessarily. So there we are. We're at 40,000 points for this point here, but like I said, I'm going to end off this video here, and we'll join back here once I get through that first part again. Without losing any lives or anything, we'll just make our lives a lot easier. So thank you so much for joining for this first episode of Sunset Riders. We'll play another couple of episodes next time. If you're at all interested in it, try to pick it up if you can. I don't believe that it's even available on any virtual consoles or anything, but if it is, please let me know in the comments, because more people need to know about this game. No one really talks about it. People talk up and down about Contra, as they should, but this is basically a Wild West Contra equivalent, and very worth playing. So let's ride off into the sunset, and as always, don't forget the lard, too.